Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. As always, shout out to all the subscribers. Gratitude to anybody new. Thanks a lot. Let's talk about Justice HUNI. Thanks to the person who corrected me on the enunciation for him. Young Australian heavyweight, okay? Prospect slash contender. Got a good opportunity this coming Friday on the Ngannou undercard against Kevin Lerena. Now that's a very, very, very tough fight, okay? Not that Kevin Lerena's like, you know, a world beater or anything, but like he's a game fighter, he's experienced, and he can punch a little bit. And he put Daniel Dubois down a few times, and yeah, Dubois came back and got the victory in the end. But he's a live fighter. And you know, Justice HUNI's only 24 years old, and it'll be quite a big step up from experience and you know, just a big stage and the challenge of it all. And you know, shout out to all the Australians locked in as well, and shout out to the people that wanted me to talk about this guy years ago. Shout out to an old subscriber of mine, Devon Alexander. Shout out to you, bro, if you are tuned in. He sent me a video footage of Justice HUNI years ago, about 2020, 2021, something like that. Right when he was either just turning pro or just turned pro. And I was watching him, I was like, yeah, man, he's got talent. This kid's talented. I was like, I wish he boxed a bit more, though. You know, and I watched, after trying to make this video, I went back to, you know, you can't find the Tabiti win. Andrew I think I'm saying his name right. That was a big win. He was a very highly touted American at the time. He lost to Dorticus. I think he was a cruiserweight. I don't know if that fight was at heavyweight, but nonetheless, that's a good win for HUNI. And you can't find that. You can't find that. I couldn't find it anyway. Funnily enough, you know, they pulled all the footage, it seems. Maybe there's some bootleg out there, but I couldn't get the footage off of that. That was a good win. But prior to that, you know, I was watching his fights, and again the same thing. I was like, man, this kid is talented. He's got fast hands. He can really fight in the pocket.
And it is HUNI who works.
He's got great feet, the ability to pivot and move.
And now he starts to use his feet, does HUNI, and he moves.
He's got some, you know, obviously some influences from Mike Tyson in there. He starts ripping shots down to the body and to the head.
It's onto his heels, a body shot too with the right hand. He turns it around over the top until he comes back.
That, you know, that classic Tyson body head uppercut through the middle. He pivots on the outside, but you know, he has got a really nice jab, and he just doesn't use it enough. And I think he gets caught up. I think he really likes to fight, and I think sometimes you need to, like, you just wire in the IQ in a fighter like this, because he could be really good if he balanced it out. In the fight I was watching today, I forget the guy's name, Kiki something. It was a fight before, or two fights before the Tabiti fight, and went 10 rounds, and he was, you know, he won. He was boxing well, lighting that guy's body up. But there were moments where, you know, he actually decided to box a little bit. I'll pull up some footage as I'm talking.
Jabbing is HUNI, and looking good when he does so.
And he's got a really nice jab, as I said. He's got quick hands, and you know, he's basically a good fighter. He's got a pretty good chin as well. Even though he did get dropped in that fight, they called it a slip, but it wasn't a slip. There was definitely a punch that landed, but
Goes to the body, the right hand from Lutelli around the guard, and 1-2 goes Lutelli. Justice HUNI.
There was a punch in there, but
he's still got a good chin. I've not seen him too hurt, and he gets hit with some clean shots because he's choosing to fight in a phone booth, you know, and he does keep his hands up for the most part. He does quite a good job at that. But when you are up close with somebody and you're ripping shots like this, when you're shooting here, your hand's not on your chin. And he was opening up with combinations and getting lit up a little bit, and with big uppercuts. And sometimes you don't need to. And where I'm going with this is, I wish he balanced it out a little bit. If he's going to fight in the pocket, fight in spurts. But he just ends up staying in the pocket for far too long. And you look, that's, from a dynamic point of view, his low center of gravity is suited to that. You know, he's in here and he's just ripping shots, and it looks great. And he's talented, and he's strong, physically strong. A big criticism is, and it looks like he doesn't really pack that much of a punch, right? Which, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, every boxer is going to have, you know, one of the main brackets, whether it be IQ, speed, power, whatever. Someone's not going to be great at one thing. But if you've got skills, which he does, you can get around that. You know, I think you just got to channel the skills a little bit. And like I said, stick to his boxing, use his jab a little bit. He's got pretty good footwork. Don't get caught up on the inside all the time, you know. And like Kevin Lerena, he's gonna be ready. He sounds ready, and this could be the best fight on that AJ card, to be honest with you. I'm expecting one hell of a fight. I'm expecting Kevin Lerena to come in and bring it, and I'm expecting HUNI to bring it as well. And it could be, I don't know, if I think this is a 10-rounder. It's funny because like this whole Saudi situation is just great, because it really brings in, you know, it's almost like a Game of Thrones, like Mortal Kombat situation, where fighters are getting paid so much or so much more that His Excellency, I think that's his name, just dangles these money carrots. It's like, all right, will you fight him? Ah, no, there's not enough money. Because promoters are like, they don't have enough money. Now there's the money, and these fighters are going like, all right, I'll do it now, because it's a win move on situation. It's a big step up for both guys. It's a massive opportunity for both guys to really announce yourself, and it's like win or you know in those Game of Thrones, obviously no one's going to me, you know what I'm saying. In Game of Thrones, there were those situations where, you know, winner goes on, a loser gets cut out the cast. And there was one of my favorite characters in that. I think it was Bron, because he used to fight like a smart boxer, right? He used to be a counter puncher. People used to call him a coward in that, but I was like, nah, he's intelligent.
You don't fight with honor.
No. He did.
He knows how to use his wits and his counter-punching ability and not be overly courageous. And that's what I think HUNI should do. Be smart, okay? Hit and not get hit. That is the art of boxing. And you've got a good jab. You've got a good inside game. You don't need to overdo it. You could use your maneuver. And look, Kevin Lerena is a southpaw, so it's going to present some difficulties there. When you're fighting a southpaw, you need to do a few things to give yourself a better opportunity to get the angles on the southpaw. For example, like getting your lead foot on the outside of their lead foot. Why? So it sets up the backhand. The backhand essentially then becomes your jab. So as much as I was saying HUNI's got a good jab, he's got a good right hand too, but you've got to set it up. You've got this jousting situation to deal with, right? You're going to have this where you could either pour that down and then come through like that, or just like make sure, you know, he's not trying to get his foot on the outside to set his backhand up. Kevin Lerena, like I said, he can punch. I think this fight probably will end up on the inside for quite a bit, because HUNI's going to force it on there. But keys to victory for me, HUNI's got to be smart, pace himself, use his jab, relax, obviously use that right hand, the southpaw killer, but use his jab just to control and just to get that rhythm going. Feint with the jab, come in, left hook, straight right hand. That's another underrated move against the southpaw, right? If you're jabbing like that, and then instead of jabbing, you come here with a hook, doesn't have to land, boom, come through with that right hand, southpaw killer. Look, Kevin Lerena got dropped against Daniel Dubois in an absolutely beautiful, perfect punch.
A knee, and then this is the third round. The Dubois comeback, straight right.
Shot. This man big man that can punch.
I mean, Dubois got a serious amount of power, but the way he stepped over and just shot that shot in, that was a thing of beauty. So I'm gonna lean with HUNI on just the youth and the talent, and hopefully he's because like I said, I didn't see the Tabiti fight, but that was a good win. I wish there was footage so I could see his development from an IQ standpoint, but I'm gonna go with HUNI because I think he's the more talented. I think he's got more tools in his toolkit. He's just got to know how to use them, and he's got to get his corner work to calm him down a little bit and fight in pockets, and just remember he's probably more skillful. Use his skill, hit and not get hit. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for the people that recommended this video. And this fight is on Friday, so I mean, let's get another pretty epic undercard. I've got more videos coming about that. I've got the Madrimov undercard video coming. I'm going to talk about AJ and Ngannou, and I've got a ton of videos. And shout out to all the new subscribers, I appreciate it. Loads of videos coming, man. Have a great weekend.
Boxing.
On the edge.